Chosen one, something extraordinary is shifting in the spiritual realm right now. And if you're feeling an unusual stirring in your heart today, it's because you've officially crossed the threshold into your season of divine wealth transfer. This isn't about money alone, this is about every form of abundance that has been withheld from you finally breaking loose and flowing into your life with supernatural momentum. The cosmic vault that has been storing your blessings for years has just received the divine authorization to open, and what's about to pour into your reality will exceed everything you've dared to hope for. That restless energy you've been feeling lately, that sense that something massive is about to shift in your favor, that unexplainable knowing that your season of struggle is ending. These aren't just feelings. They're spiritual alerts announcing that heaven's distribution center has processed your order and your abundance package is now in transit. You've been selected for what the ancients called the Great Redistribution, when divine justice corrects the imbalances that have kept good people in lack while aligning them with the prosperity consciousness they were always meant to carry. I know you've been through seasons where it felt like everyone around you was prospering while you remained stuck in cycles of financial limitation, delayed opportunities, and dreams that seemed perpetually out of reach. You've watched others receive what you've been praying for, and you've questioned whether there was something wrong with your faith, your worthiness, or your approach to life. But what you didn't understand is that you weren't being overlooked, you were being prepared for a level of abundance that requires character development, spiritual maturity, and divine timing that couldn't be rushed. The delays you've experienced weren't punishments, they were preparation periods. Every closed door wasn't rejection, it was redirection toward something better. Every financial struggle wasn't evidence of God's displeasure, it was training for the stewardship responsibilities that come with supernatural wealth. You've been enrolled in Heaven's Advanced Prosperity Program, and today marks your graduation from preparation to manifestation. The divine wealth transfer operates on principles that most people never understand, which is why they remain stuck in cycles of lack, despite their efforts to change their circumstances. This isn't about working harder, getting more education, or finding better opportunities, though those things may be part of your journey. This is about aligning with divine laws of abundance that supersede natural laws of economics and create wealth through supernatural means that bypass traditional limitations. Right now, as you listen to these words, your spiritual frequency is being recalibrated to match the vibration of divine abundance. Your poverty consciousness is being deleted and replaced with millionaire mindset that will attract wealth like a magnet attracts metal. The mental blocks that have sabotaged your previous attempts at prosperity are being dissolved, and new neural pathways of expectation and receiving are being established in your brain. This transformation isn't just happening to you randomly. You've earned this through your faithfulness during the testing seasons. Every time you chose integrity over quick profit, every time you helped others despite your own needs, every time you tithed when it required sacrifice, every time you spoke words of faith instead of complaining about your circumstances, all of these acts of character were investments in your divine wealth transfer account that is now ready for withdrawal. The wealth that's about to flow into your life isn't just for your personal comfort, it's for the advancement of divine purposes through your stewardship. You're being entrusted with abundance because heaven has observed your heart and determined that you'll use prosperity to bless others, support worthy causes, and demonstrate that godly people can be wealthy without being corrupted by their wealth. The signs that your divine wealth transfer has officially begun are appearing in your life right now, and recognizing these indicators will help you cooperate with the process rather than accidentally resisting what heaven is trying to give you. The first sign is what I call opportunity magnetism. Circumstances, connections, and possibilities that align perfectly with your gifts and calling are suddenly appearing without you having to chase them or force them to happen. You're going to notice that conversations are steering toward topics related to your vision. People are mentioning exactly what you need to hear at exactly the right time, and doors are opening that you didn't even know existed. This isn't coincidence, it's divine orchestration, creating pathways for your wealth transfer to manifest through natural means that feel supernatural in their timing and precision. The second sign is resistance. Dissolution. Obstacles that have blocked your progress for months or years are suddenly becoming manageable or disappearing entirely. Difficult people are being moved out of your path. Complicated situations are resolving themselves, and problems that seemed impossible to solve are finding their own solutions. This clearing is happening because heaven is preparing a straight path for your abundance to reach you without interference. The third sign is inner authority activation. You're developing unshakable confidence in your ability to create wealth and impact. Self-doubt about your worthiness to prosper is being replaced with knowing that you're designed for abundance. Fear of success is being replaced with excitement about the good you'll be able to do with resources. Poverty mindset is being replaced with stewardship consciousness that sees wealth as a tool for kingdom advancement. The fourth sign is divine favor acceleration. You're experiencing unusual levels of grace, mercy, and blessing in areas where you previously struggled. People are going out of their way to help you. Systems are working in your favor instead of against you, and circumstances are aligning to support your success rather than hinder it. This favor isn't based on your performance. It's evidence that heaven has marked you for preferential treatment during this season. The fifth sign is vision clarification. The dreams and goals that seemed vague or unrealistic are becoming specific and achievable. You're receiving detailed insights about how to monetize your gifts, strategies for building multiple income streams, and clarity about investments and opportunities that will multiply your resources. This isn't just inspiration, it's divine intelligence being downloaded into your consciousness. My dear chosen vessel, I need to pause here because I can sense that many of you are experiencing deep recognition as you hear these signs described. And some of you are getting emotional as you realize that what you've been sensing is real and your breakthrough is actually happening. If your spirit is confirming that you're in your divine wealth transfer season, I want to invite you to anchor this moment by joining our community of prospering chosen ones who understand that wealth and spirituality not only can coexist, but are meant to work together for kingdom purposes. Subscribe to this channel, not just for content, but to connect with others who are learning to steward supernatural abundance responsibly and joyfully. When you subscribe, you're declaring that you're ready to leave lack behind forever and step into the fullness of what God has prepared for you. In the comments, write wealth transfer activated so I can pray specifically for the acceleration of your abundance, and so others can celebrate this pivotal moment with you. The sixth sign is generosity, grace. Instead of feeling protective and hoarding what little you have, you're feeling inspired to give and share even before your increase manifests fully. This counterintuitive impulse to be generous during transition periods is actually evidence that your consciousness has shifted to abundance mode, and you're now operating from overflow rather than scarcity. Understanding how divine wealth transfer actually works will help you cooperate with the process and avoid the common mistakes that can slow down or block your abundance flow. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme or manifestation technique. It's a supernatural reallocation of resources that operates according to divine laws that transcend natural economic principles. When heaven decides to transfer wealth to one of its chosen vessels, the process involves both spiritual and practical elements that must work together for maximum effectiveness. The spiritual component involves what I call frequency alignment. Your inner vibration must match the frequency of abundance before you can attract and maintain wealth at higher levels. This happens through renewing your mind with truth about God's desire for your prosperity, releasing limiting beliefs inherited from your family line or culture, and developing faith-filled expectations that program your subconscious mind to look for and recognize opportunities that others miss. The practical component involves developing what wealth experts call millionaire habits, daily practices that successful people use to attract, create, and multiply money. This includes things like reading financial education materials, networking with people who operate at higher income levels, tracking your money flow to understand where resources go, and making decisions based on investment thinking rather than consumption thinking. But here's what makes divine wealth transfer different from secular wealth-building strategies: the supernatural acceleration that happens when God Himself is orchestrating your prosperity. Instead of taking decades to build wealth slowly, chosen ones can experience exponential increase that compresses years of growth into months or even weeks when divine favor is backing their efforts. Your wealth transfer will likely come through multiple streams rather than one large windfall. Because God usually builds sustainable prosperity rather than temporary windfalls that people can't handle or maintain. You might receive a promotion with a significant salary increase, discover a side business opportunity that generates substantial income, inherit resources from unexpected sources, or develop multiple revenue streams that each contribute to your overall abundance. The key to receiving your full transfer is understanding that wealth flows toward people who can handle it responsibly and use it purposefully. This is why character development has been such an important part of your preparation. God has been building your capacity to steward abundance without being corrupted by it, to enjoy prosperity without being consumed by it, and to use wealth as a tool for impact rather than just personal indulgence. Another crucial aspect is learning to receive without guilt, shame, or fear. Many good people unconsciously sabotage their abundance because they've been taught that money is evil, that poor people are more spiritual, or that wanting prosperity is selfish. But the truth is that poverty serves no one when righteous people have resources. They can fund worthy causes, support their families generously, and demonstrate that godly character and financial success can coexist beautifully. Your divine wealth transfer also includes what I call wisdom downloads, supernatural insight about managing, investing, and multiplying money that you didn't learn through traditional education. You'll find yourself making financial decisions with unusual confidence and accuracy, recognizing opportunities that others miss, and avoiding investments or partnerships that would have caused losses. This divine intelligence protects your wealth once you receive it and helps it continue growing rather than being dissipated through poor choices or unexpected setbacks. You'll develop what wealthy people call money magnetism, the ability to attract resources, opportunities, and profitable relationships seemingly effortlessly, because your consciousness has been upgraded to operate at prosperity frequency. The timing of your wealth transfer is also divine. It's happening now because you're entering a season where you'll need resources to fulfill purposes that require financial backing. Your increased income isn't just for upgrading your lifestyle. It's for funding vision, supporting others, and creating legacies that extend beyond your lifetime. The divine wealth transfer process requires your active participation to reach its full potential, and understanding your role in this supernatural transaction will determine whether you receive a partial blessing or the complete abundance package that heaven has prepared for you. This isn't a passive experience where money magically appears without any effort on your part. It's a divine partnership where heaven provides supernatural opportunities and favor while you provide faith-filled action and wise stewardship. Your first responsibility is maintaining expectant faith, a confident anticipation that your wealth transfer is not only possible but inevitable because God Himself has authorized it. This means speaking about your financial future in terms of when your abundance manifests, not if it happens. It means making decisions based on where you're going financially, not just where you currently are. It means preparing for increase by developing systems and relationships that can support higher levels of prosperity. Your second responsibility is strategic positioning, placing yourself in environments where wealth transfer opportunities are most likely to occur. This might mean joining business networks where successful people gather, attending conferences related to your field of expertise, or simply spending time in places where prosperous people frequent. Divine appointments often happen in natural settings, but you have to position yourself where those appointments can occur. Your third responsibility is skill set development, continuously improving your abilities to create value for others, because wealth ultimately flows to people who solve problems, meet needs, or provide services that others are willing to pay for. Your divine wealth transfer will likely come through channels that utilize your gifts. So the more you develop those gifts, the larger the channels become for abundance to flow through. Your fourth responsibility is relationship cultivation, building authentic connections with people who can open doors, provide opportunities, or partner with you in profitable ventures. This isn't about using people for money. It's about creating mutual value in relationships where everyone benefits from association. Wealth rarely comes through isolation. It typically flows through networks of people who support each other's success. Your fifth responsibility is stewardship preparation, learning how to manage, protect, and multiply money before you receive large amounts of it. This includes understanding basic investing principles, learning about tax strategies, developing budgeting systems, and creating structures that will preserve your wealth once you acquire it. Heaven rarely entrusts major resources to people who haven't proven they can handle smaller amounts responsibly. Dear prospering chosen one, we've reached a critical point where I sense the Holy Spirit highlighting specific individuals who are ready to take their wealth transfer to the next level through committed participation in this process. If you recognize that your season of lack is ending and you're ready to step fully into divine abundance, I want you to make a declaration that establishes your partnership with heaven in this supernatural transaction. Subscribe to this channel and engage actively with our community of prospering believers who understand that wealth and faith not only can coexist but are designed to amplify each other for kingdom purposes. This community will provide ongoing education, encouragement, and accountability as you navigate your transition from financial struggle to supernatural prosperity. In the comments, write "I'm ready for abundance" and share one specific way you plan to use increased resources to bless others. Because your commitment to being a blessing positions you to receive even greater blessings. Your sixth responsibility is gratitude, cultivation, maintaining appreciation for what you currently have while believing for increase. Gratitude is the frequency that magnetizes more of what you're grateful for. So the more thankful you are for your current provision, the faster additional provision flows to you. This includes being grateful in advance for the abundance that's on its way to you. Your seventh responsibility is faith-filled declaration, speaking your wealth transfer into manifestation through words that align with divine promises about prosperity. Your words have creative power, and when you consistently declare your financial breakthrough with faith and expectation, you're actually programming the universe to arrange circumstances that support those declarations. Living in divine wealth transfer season requires a completely different mindset and approach to money than what you've used during your preparation periods, because you're no longer operating from survival consciousness, but from abundance. Consciousness that sees resources as tools for impact rather than just means for survival. This identity shift is crucial because how you think about money determines how much of it you can attract, maintain, and multiply effectively. The first major shift is from earning money to creating value. Instead of thinking about jobs that pay you based on time invested, you begin thinking about products, services, or solutions you can create that generate income based on value provided. This opens up unlimited income potential because value creation has no ceiling. While hourly work always has time limitations that cap your earning potential, the second shift is from spending money to investing resources. Every financial decision becomes evaluated through the lens of whether it moves you closer to or further from your wealth goals. This doesn't mean you can't enjoy your money, but it means you become more intentional about ensuring that your resources are working for you rather than just flowing out without creating any return on investment. The third shift is from individual success to network prosperity. You begin understanding that sustainable wealth is built through relationships and partnerships, where multiple people benefit from shared success. This leads to collaborations, joint ventures, and business relationships that multiply your income potential beyond what you could achieve alone. The fourth shift is from fear-based decisions to faith-based opportunities. Instead of making choices based on avoiding loss or maintaining security, you begin making decisions based on growth potential and divine guidance. This opens up possibilities that seemed too risky before, but now appear as divinely orchestrated opportunities for increase. The fifth shift is from consumer mentality to investor mindset. You begin seeing money, a seed that can be planted to produce harvests, rather than just currency to be spent on immediate gratification. This leads to developing multiple income streams, building equity, and creating systems that generate passive income over time. As your wealth transfer accelerates, you'll also notice changes in how other people respond to you and the types of opportunities that begin appearing in your life. There's an energetic shift that occurs when someone truly embraces abundance consciousness, and this shift attracts people, resources, and circumstances that support continued prosperity rather than limitation. You'll find that people begin treating you with more respect, seeking your input on important decisions, and offering you opportunities that weren't available when you operated from scarcity mindset. This isn't because you're better than anyone else. It's because your energy field now broadcasts success and competence rather than struggle and uncertainty. Your relationship with money itself will transform from something that causes stress and anxiety to something that brings excitement and empowerment. Instead of checking your bank account with fear, you'll monitor your finances with anticipation. Instead of avoiding financial planning, you'll enjoy creating strategies for growth and expansion. The most profound change will be in your relationship with giving and generosity. Instead of feeling like you can't afford to be generous, you'll discover that generosity actually accelerates your wealth transfer by keeping you in the flow of divine circulation. When you give freely, resources flow back to you multiplied because you've demonstrated that you understand money is meant to flow rather than be hoarded. You'll also develop what wealthy people call money magnetism, the ability to recognize and attract profitable opportunities that others miss. This happens because your consciousness has been upgraded to operate at prosperity frequency, which makes you sensitive to possibilities that are invisible to people operating at survival frequency. Your decision-making process will be guided by divine wisdom that helps you avoid costly mistakes and choose profitable paths with unusual accuracy. This supernatural intelligence protects your wealth and helps continue growing rather than being lost through poor choices or unforeseen circumstances. Your future, as someone living in sustained divine wealth transfer, will be marked by levels of financial freedom, influence, and impact that seem impossible from your current perspective, but will feel completely natural once you've made the complete transition from scarcity to abundance consciousness. The transformation goes far beyond having more money in your bank account. It's about operating from a completely different understanding of your value, your potential, and your role in the divine economy. In the coming months, you'll begin making financial decisions with confidence that comes from knowing you're connected to unlimited supply rather than dependent on limited resources. Investment opportunities, business ventures, and income streams will present themselves with timing and precision that confirms divine orchestration rather than human effort alone. Your financial growth will accelerate beyond what traditional wealth-building strategies could produce because supernatural favor is multiplying your efforts. Your sphere of influence will expand dramatically as your increased resources open doors to relationships, experiences, and opportunities that were previously inaccessible. You'll find yourself in conversations with people who operate at levels you once thought were unreachable, and these connections will create additional possibilities for wealth, multiplication, and kingdom impact that exceed your current imagination. The most beautiful aspect of divine wealth transfer is how it transforms your ability to be a blessing to others. Instead of feeling stressed about your family's financial needs, you'll have the joy of providing abundantly for those you love. Instead of wishing you could support worthy causes, you'll have the resources to make significant contributions to organizations and ministries that align with your values. Your children and future generations will benefit not just from any financial inheritance you leave, but from the abundance mindset and wealth consciousness. They'll learn by watching you operate in supernatural prosperity. They'll grow up understanding that godly people can be wealthy, that money is a tool for good when used correctly, and that divine favor can create financial miracles when someone aligns their heart with heaven's purposes. The legacy you're building through your divine wealth transfer extends far beyond your personal or family benefit. Your success becomes a testimony that encourages other believers to believe for their own financial breakthroughs. Your prosperity demonstrates that God still performs economic miracles for those who trust Him and steward their resources according to His principles. 10 years from now, when you look back on this season when your wealth transfer began, you'll see it as the turning point when your life stopped being about survival and started being about significance. You'll understand how every challenge you faced was developing the character required to handle abundance responsibly, and every delay was divine timing, ensuring you received your wealth when you were mature enough to steward it wisely. Your completed wealth transfer story will inspire countless others to believe that their own financial transformation is possible and to pursue their divine abundance with faith and expectation. Your testimony will serve as proof that God still elevates His people from poverty to prosperity when they align their hearts with His purposes and their actions with His principles. The most profound reward of living in sustained abundance isn't the material comfort it provides, though that is wonderful. The greatest reward is the deep satisfaction that comes from knowing your life is creating positive impact that extends far beyond what you could accomplish with limited resources. Your wealth becomes a tool for healing, blessing, and transformation in ways that multiply your personal fulfillment while advancing kingdom purposes. I want to close with a prophetic declaration over your divine wealth transfer and financial future, that every source of lack and limitation is broken off your life permanently and replaced with streams of abundance that flow continuously. That divine favor opens doors for you that no human effort could open and creates opportunities that exceed your current capacity to imagine. That your wisdom in managing resources increases proportionally with your wealth so you never lose what you gain. That your generosity creates multiplication cycles that return to you pressed down, shaken together, and running over. That your prosperity becomes a source of hope for others and a testament to God's faithfulness. and that when you stand before your Creator at the end of your earthly journey, you hear Him say, "Well done, faithful steward. You used your wealth exactly as I intended, and through your abundance, my kingdom was advanced, and my people were blessed." In the mighty name of Jesus, I declare that your divine wealth transfer is fully activated, permanently established, and exponentially increasing from this moment forward. Your season of lack is over, chosen one. Welcome to your era of supernatural abundance. Amen and amen.